Hey everyone, I wanted to talk about a couple things in this vlog today. The first being the Dark Souls remaster, and the second being a channel update. I'm trying to be, have more of like a consistent schedule, so we'll talk about that more at the end of the video and what my plans are for the channel. But first, Dark Souls remaster. I originally, when I heard the news, and then I saw like a couple posts and things about it, it looked like it was being remade in the Dark Souls 3 engine, and that is not the case. That has been completely debunked, and for me that is actually a little sad, because hearing that news made me even more excited for it, because I thought, well, if they're remaking it in the Dark Souls 3 engine, then all of a sudden Dark Souls 1 could have weapon arts, it's going to be faster and smoother, they're going to probably change some of the bosses, maybe add a few things that they missed the first time. But no, I don't even think it's being made by From Software. I'm pretty sure Bandai Namco, because they own the rights to Dark Souls, I believe. They just sourced it out to a different studio who is basically just giving Dark Souls 1 a facelift, which is perfectly fine, but the thing is, if you played it on PC, chances are you installed the DS fix, and that pretty much does everything that you needed this remaster to do. And then there's the Dark Souls connectivity mod, which lets you play with people much easier and much faster, because you can literally connect to your friends. So, I mean, the improvements are nice. There's gonna be the password matchmaking. I think they're adding 2 more players to the multiplayer in total, so you can have 3-on-3 fights like in Dark Souls 3. And then 4K textures. I think they're redoing some textures and stuff like that, but everything else is going to be virtually the same. I'm actually still excited about it, but unfortunately I lost a little bit of excitement just because I thought it was going to be remade in that Dark Souls 3 Bloodborne engine. But it's still going to be amazing to go back through it and see the little changes they make, the details they make to the textures. And who knows, we don't know everything about it just yet, so there might be some things that they add in that we haven't even heard about or know about. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any gameplay at this point. We just saw a trailer for it, a teaser trailer, which is kind of strange because the game is coming out in May, so I would think that the first time they reveal it, they would show the gameplay since it's coming out so soon, but to each their own. Personally, I think they should have shown gameplay. I mean, if it was coming out a year from now, then yeah, I understand, but 4 months? Should have shown gameplay. But honestly, it kind of comes at the perfect time, because after I finish Dark Souls 3 Abridged, which hopefully will be done by May, I will move on to the next Soulsborne game. And I was thinking it was going to be Bloodborne. However, if the timing queues up, then I'll do a Dark Souls 1 Abridged series. Anyway, that leads me to my next topic, which is what I want to do with this channel and what direction I want to head in. I want to become more consistent in terms of my uploading, but honestly doing the Abridged series kind of makes that difficult, as opposed to when I just did Let's Plays way back when, because with the Abridged series, it's not always set in stone like what I'm going to do, and I'm trying to kind of make it more of like a show rather than just a Let's Play at this point. I'm trying to think of new skits, funny things, I'm trying to get the moments to happen in Dark Souls, which, as anyone who's ever played Dark Souls knows, getting things to go exactly your way in that game is difficult. So it just makes it kind of hard to consistently say that yes, the video will be done at this date and at this time. It's not as simple as that. However, what I do want to do is start another Abridged series of a different, maybe easier game, and alternate them. So if Dark Souls comes out, next week, which I hope the next episode hits next week, that's what I'm planning, then the following week would be other game. Like, maybe I was thinking maybe doing like Zelda Wind Waker, or like a horror game, something like that. I'm open to suggestions, so if there's a game that you want to see that you would think that would be abridged very well, let me know, and I'll do some research on it, and I'll see if I can, if I don't start it up as the next one, then maybe it'll be the one after that. I don't want to do 2 Souls games back to back. I want to focus on 1 Souls game at a time. So once I finish Dark Souls 3, I'll go into the next one. That's guaranteed. That's what I want to. I definitely want to keep that going. But in terms of the other games, I was thinking Zelda would be a good fit, and then horror games would be a good fit, but I'm not really sure of anything else at this time. So, again, open to suggestions. Another thing that I want to do, just so that I have something out there every week for you guys to watch, is something kind of like this. I don't know if I'm going to just call it vlog or what. I'm still working on it, but it's going to basically be my thoughts on gaming. Maybe I'll do like retrospectives, maybe like mini reviews, not crazy in-depth reviews, but like mini reviews, and perhaps like news updates, stuff like that. Just random things each week that catch my eye that I want to discuss and talk about. There'll be more. I'll throw in some more editing in those because I don't want to just make them a typical vlog. I want to make them a little bit, I guess, more detailed is the word I'm looking for. Detailed, maybe more in depth. You know, that way I can at least have something each week, no matter what, posted. Because I feel bad that I don't post something every single week, and I want to start with something. And I feel like doing that, I could definitely get one of those out no matter what, because they should be nowhere near as difficult to make as like an abridged episode. So, all right, thank you guys so much for checking this out. Hopefully you guys like where I'm headed with my channel. I'm so grateful that all of you are watching and commenting and all of that stuff. It means the world to me. I love doing this, and I want to do this for as long as I can. So yeah, you guys make that possible. Thank you so much. I'll see you all later. Bye.